Hit that like button, just like Tyson.
What's that word, family? Hey, man, check this out. Today, I look at the internet and I see that DJ Envy and Kevin Samuels is trending. So I said, what the hell are they trending for? It comes to find out that today I missed this part in the Breakfast Club because I don't watch these particular stories or segments of the show. So I missed this part myself. But somebody's hit me and said, Lo, DJ Envy just went in on Kevin Samuels. You gotta check it out. So I said, sure, I'm gonna check it out, man. But you know me, I gotta listen, learn, and look. When I get the story, this is what I hear.
So I'm not one of them kind.
I'm just messing with you, Karen. Go ahead. Who you want to give donkey to?
I want to give my donkey to Kevin Samuel. Can I tell you why?
Woo. Sure, go ahead.
Yes.
I think that he openly degrades black women and he preys on their insecurities that have been given to them in previous relationships and their naiveness. And come on, he gave Saweetie a 6. Dr. Umar spoke on him on all that. He deserves donkey of the day.
Yeah, I think he's lame. I do think he's lame. I mean, what age are we where we're rating women and rating people? I mean, he's a grown ass man. He's 50 years old. But the thing I don't understand
and
is
who are you? That's the thing.
But the thing is, which I don't understand is why do women keep going to him? Like, that's what I don't understand.
Like I said, he preys on their insecurities that they've been given in previous relationships and their naiveness.
Yeah, because he looks about.
It seems like he hates women. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. I mean, he used to hang around the Hermes store and try to get clientele. It's, just to try to get people. And he used to wear, dress up and stand outside the stores and try to talk to people. I've seen him actually a couple of times. It's funny. But in Atlanta. But I mean, I don't know why women still go to him.
Back up. He said hang out outside the Hermes store?
Yeah, he used to try to hang outside the stores to try to get businesses. So he would hang outside the Hermes store and look for, I guess people with a little bit of money and try to talk to him and try to be a stylist or whatever he was trying to do. I see him out there once or twice. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's weird.
My salesperson from the store had to remind me, like, you don't remember him? He was the one that was outside the store. I'm like, that was him. Yeah, but he's lame. I don't respect the fact that he sits there and rates women. Oh, this one's a 2 and this one's a 4, and Ma, you look ugly. Ma, you're fat. Like, it's just it's a woman must have hurt him. I don't know. Maybe it was his mother. Maybe it was his girl, his wife. So a woman definitely.
Or maybe
hurt
he just doesn't like women.
Maybe he likes men.
All right. Well, this was Karen's donkey.
All right, sorry, Karen.
Stand down.
Stand down. Oh, she says stand down, Envy, but she was pumping him up to do it. Let's dig into this a little bit. Let's dig into what he just said. All right, so he downed him for hustling. As a black man, starting from the bottom, you have to hustle. You have to go out there and get clientele because look at what Kevin Samuels is now from hustling back then. Look at where he's at now. That's just one thing. Now I'm going to come back to this hustling part because the thing about the Breakfast Club is that they push an agenda in the black community. You know what I'm saying? They push a political, a homosexual, and a feminist agenda across the black community. And they cover it up by adding bits and pieces of strong black men in there. But mainly their show is to cater to women. Now, when you look at the way these two grown men play with each other, it's very strange, man. It's very strange. No other internet or radio personality plays with a coworker or a sidekick or a guest host the way these two play with each other. Charlamagne actually sent DJ Envy a cast of his ass, so that means that he went someplace, laid down, let somebody make a mold of his ass, send it to DJ Envy. It's supposed to be a prank. But who does that as a prank to a friend, a male friend? You know what I'm saying? Who does that as a prank? So it just don't make sense at that point right there to me. Their relationship does not make sense at all. We got him sending a cast of his ass to his coworker. Only his coworker. Why don't he play with other black men in that manner? You know what I'm saying? Other black men come on that show, Charlemagne does not play with them in that manner. Why don't you ever see or hear two gay podcast people, two openly gay podcast people play with each other like that? No matter what show you watch a podcast on, you will never see gay men playing with each other as the way that the Breakfast Club play with each other. That drew a red flag right there. Like, why is DJ Envy upset with Kevin Samuels? When you digest what we just heard, he said he hates women. Angela Yee said something similar to, it's weird. Like, wow. Angela Yee was instigating, and DJ Envy fell right into the trap. He's a yes man. He don't have an independent thinking module. Now I'm gonna play something for y'all, right? They do more than the average homosexual man in every episode of their show. Doesn't matter what they talk about, it's always weird with these guys. They're number one for a reason, because of the propaganda that they push. Also, the hypocrisy in the show is just too strong. Like I said, a couple of weeks ago, they had Steve Harvey on the show because 10 years ago, he made a statement saying that he does not have any female friends. Men and women should not be friends. When it comes to that, family, I feel like Steve Harvey is right. When have you ever looked in history and seen men and women as friends? You never saw that. You only saw men and women as mates. Only now, with the feminist movement, do women want to be friends to men. That means that women just want to have sex with men, in my eyes, because of the simple fact, men only be around the woman that he has sex with. That's the woman he takes care of, provide for, and do favors for. The woman that he has sex with. So these guys get on Steve Harvey's ass. And the hypocrisy within this show was just too crazy, because DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God said that in the early days, when they was on the come up, him and DJ Envy used to sleep over female co-workers' houses and females who was in the industry houses alone. You got to think about that, what it's worth. Charlemagne the God is an admitted serial cheater back 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He says he stopped now, but he admits that a while back, he used to cheat on his wife often. So you mean to tell me that a serial cheater can sleep on a woman's couch all alone and don't do nothing? So Charlemagne admitted that he slept over a female friend's house. And then he said, Envy, you remember back in those come up days that we used to sleep over people's houses? Envy said, not really. Then Charlemagne said, come on, Envy. Remember back in the day, we used to sleep over people's houses? Guess what Envy did? He changed his mind and said, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Guess what happened after that? Angela Yee said, Envy, no, you didn't. You had a girlfriend the whole time. You did not sleep over nobody's house. That's what Envy did. He changed his mind again and said, you're right, Angela. I did not sleep over nobody's house. I went to a hotel, whatever. Charlemagne was like, all right, whatever. Ooh. See, that's how you know that these two guys, they'll do anything for the dollar, man. See, what I'm saying is the Breakfast Club that I believe is going on, I believe they sold their souls just to be a part of this. I think that all three of them are having sex with each other, man, because people that have been together so long, man, they can get vulnerable. You never know what can happen, men and women. And, you know, like Steve Harvey said, he was true. He was true. You get upset with Steve Harvey for saying his truth. It went deeper than that. It went deeper than that. Angela Yee said that she cannot trust a man who does not have female friends because she thinks that that particular man is only looking at women as sex objects. Which, like I said, when you go into history, women did one particular thing, men did a whole nother thing. Men was only friends with men. That's nature. Women only friends with women. That was nature. That's why I said when I did a show about this. Now, if you look at my shows, you'll see that I did a show about the Breakfast Club. I always call these two guys butt buddies because, like I said, Charlamagne sent DJ Envy a cast of his ass. So every once in a while, DJ Envy walking through the house and just look at Charlamagne's ass. And I can almost guarantee you that every once in a while, he says, Charlamagne got a fat old ass. Another thing that I have with this situation, I think it's bad for the gay community as well. Because like I said, you don't see two gay men talking as weird as these two talk with each other. Now, I don't watch gay programs in particular, but some of the programs I watch are hosted by women that have gay men on them. And I never heard a gay man play with any other man as far as sexual. What they do is a sexual thing every single show. They say something very sexual that's weird. And they're the #1 show in America for black folks. And every day they say something very strange to me. Now let's get to Kevin Samuels. As far as him standing in front of the Hermes store, if that's the clientele you're looking for, where do you go? As a black person starting from the ground up, what do you do when you're looking for particular clientele? If you were a club promoter, where would you go to promote your club? Would he shame a promoter that was standing in front of the club trying to promote his night? But would you shame a promoter for standing in front of a club trying to pass out flyers for his event? What they say is very hypocritical and it's bad business for the black community. Like I said earlier, you can't shame somebody for hustling. Oh, he used to see him standing on the corner selling dime bags. Now he rich. That don't even make sense. How could you bring up that past when Charlamagne just brought up y'all past and said that y'all used to sleep on random women couches? Random women couches. So that means that you was homeless. If you got to sleep on somebody's couch, that means that you're homeless. What you're doing makes you have to do these particular things. Kevin Samuels was selling himself in front of luxury stores. What's the difference? When you look at Wendy Williams' movie and you look at Charlamagne in that movie and you look at him now, he's a whole different person. Now, I feel like the Breakfast Club insulted a future guest in Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels deserved to be on the Breakfast Club as much as Dr. Umar Johnson deserves to be on the Breakfast Club, right? Umar Johnson is a man who did not open the school that he's been trying to open for years, but we have other black men that have opened schools. They're not on the Breakfast Club. But Umar is. But at the same time, why is Envy, Charlamagne, and Angela Yee looking at Kevin Samuels as a bad guy? Let's get to this video. I'll be back with more commentary.
It's like being in the bathroom. If a guy pisses on you, you owe me a hand job now.
What?
I'm just bullshitting.
She said, what? No, he's not bullshit.
We're gonna need a sound effect. We're gonna need a sound effect.
He's not bullshit.
Fast forward.
Oh my God, it's a joke.
Wait, you sound like
Dummy boy.
November 23rd.
I just want to tell you the biggest thing is stop telling people to suck your dick. Cause one day somebody gonna jump in your jeans. One of these niggas gonna try.
You know what's so crazy?
One of these niggas gonna suck your dick.
crazy?
And then what?
You know how I know?
Look, he made his point. One of these niggas gonna suck your dick. You know what I'm saying? He said that like 3 times. One of these niggas gonna suck your dick. There we go. Charlamagne the God. Plays with DJ Envy.
Dated superstars. So let's not move on from your meat. Let's talk about you in those gray sweatpants. There's a lot of women out there that want to know. You know what I mean?
What is it about?
Was that all you?
Of course.
That's a wild question for me to be asking.
Exactly. It's a wild question, but guys, you didn't tell me he's like that. Why you guys didn't tell me?
You guys need to tell me all about that. I thought this was
You didn't tell me he was like that. So is DJ Envy. They've been 10-year butt buddies. Now, I didn't just make this up tonight for them. If you look at my videos about the Breakfast Club, you'll see that I talk about them a lot because they make a lot of points in the black community. So I talk about them a lot. And you will notice that I call them butt buddies all the time because who would you send a mold of your ass to? Your butt buddy. Who would you talk about things of certain natures to? Your butt buddy. So that's what I call them. Butt buddies. I think they deserve that name. I think they are butt buddies. I think that all three of them, they've been together so long that they slept with each other and it's natural. I believe Steve Harvey. A man should not be friends with a woman or attempt to unless he's trying to court. So that's that. The world has changed. What y'all think about this situation in the comment section? Now listen to me. Kevin Samuels, I like his come up. I can't believe that black people that made a similar come up don't like his tactics. When you look at the Breakfast Club, all they do is agree with the guests. They never disagree with the guests in their face. Now, Charlamagne might ask a couple of hard questions, but he never digs his claws all the way in. And I say he got claws because he's a cat. He's a cat. He's a pussy cat. Now, tell me what y'all think about this story in the comment section. I'll be back later with more commentary.
That's members with a Z, M.O.P.